A grandchild reached home after the religious education. Grandma wanted to ask what the teacher taught at the religious ed. The little one said, "Grandma, she told us that there was a general in an army, and he had to do a rescue operation mission. So he got his people, and he was trying to rescue these people. But there was a big river to go across. So he got his engineers to build a quick bridge, and he got all the people across the river. Then they bombed the bridge to destroy the bridge." Then the grandma asked, "Is that how the teacher taught the lesson?" "No, Grandma," the child replies. "If I am to tell you the way she taught us, you will not believe me." Miracles happen to those who believe. When there are difficulties in life, it is difficult to experience the presence of God in one's life. We know that in our own experiences. Even the people in the Exodus, though they experienced the divine providence, they started doubting about this time to time. And one occasion is reported in today's first reading. They lacked something essential to live, water. And they were rebellious. They were testing God, and even Moses himself doubted. Finally, they get water. People were complaining something that they did not have in the Old Testament. But in the gospel, before the people asked, Jesus is ready to offer water. Perhaps the older generation, this may be true with the older generation's experience. In the ancient context, few years back, I do not think it is a reality today, well is a common place for the village. And it is the place where a lot of people gather. So when a lot of people, especially women, gather, you know what they do. So it is in the context of how the gospel is written. It is also a place of gossip. So this woman had a particular reason to avoid the busy time. Usually people in that area, because of the weather, the heat, they used to come either early in the morning or in the evening to the well. But this woman comes at an odd time. Must be a reason. There are a lot of interpretations. However, well becomes important because in the Old Testament we find 3 people having some important things in their lives to do with wells. Jacob met Rachel at the well before the marriage. Isaac met Rebekah at the well before the marriage. Moses met Zipporah at the well before the marriage. So there is the nuptial connotations both in the first reading and in the gospel. Jesus meets the woman, the Samaritan woman at the well. St. Augustine says, the woman represents the bride of Christ, the church. So Jesus meets his bride at the well in the form of the Samaritan woman. Samaritan woman could be either married 4 times or having 5 husbands, or she could have 5 ideologies: power, honor, wealth, pleasure, material things. This could have been the 5 husbands that she had been married to. Jesus offers her something more. Jesus shows her his thirst towards her. Jesus is thirsting not only for the woman, the church, but each one of us. Do you know we met Jesus like Isaac, like Jacob, like Moses, meeting their bride at the well? You and I met Jesus at the well of the baptism, baptismal font, was the place where we first met Jesus. And the time of Lent is an invitation for us to think of our own baptism. In fact, pedagogically, this is a period where the catechumens are being trained for the baptism, and eventually on the Easter Vigil, we renew our baptismal promises. So, with all the thirsts, material, physical thirsts that you and I are having, our thirst in life could be quenched only in finding Jesus. In the Gospel of John, Jesus is asking for water in 2 places. One place is here, the second place is on the cross. He expresses his thirst. We need to find Jesus to quench all our thirsts. This woman, she comes to get water, but when you read the Gospels, you find she runs away, leaving the water, empty water jar. She forgot why she came to the well. In our search, in our desire to find so many fulfillment, we will be truly fulfilled in finding Jesus. That doesn't end our experience. Once we make our own encounter, this woman becomes a missionary, evangelist. She goes out to the village and she gets other people to Jesus. So the period of Lent calls us for all these things. Whatever thirst we are having, to quench all our thirst in finding Jesus, and in finding Jesus, to introduce him to others as well.